God, wait.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the LaKeisha J Richards Show. We are here for another episode. Y'all know I get so excited about Thursdays because that's the day that we come on. We are live and in living color, and you know how we do it over here every Thursday night. I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to tag somebody, call a neighbor, call a friend. Let them know that the LaKeisha J Richards Show, we are on. I am your host. If you hadn't figured it out already, I am your host, Prophetess LaKeisha J Richards, and I am so excited to be here with you another Thursday. Listen, God is so good. He's doing some amazing things, and we give God the glory. We give God the praise and the honor in spite of what it looks like in our nation right now. I promise you, God is still on the throne, and everything that he has promised unto you, it is going to come to pass. I just want to encourage you. God has not forgotten about you. Well, you know, I could go on, but this is only 30 minutes. So I want to make sure that we take advantage of this 30-minute TV show on tonight. But before I bring my special guest, I always have to take a moment and thank the founders of this amazing TV network. I'm talking about the Zenith TV network, none other than Dr. Alton and Dr. Nakay Netson. Yes, I bless God for them on today. I am so excited to be a part of this amazing TV network. And if you feel that TV is something that you want to do, or even radio, make sure you connect with me and I will definitely put you in contact with them on tonight. Well, without further ado, I want to bring this beautiful anointed woman of God to the platform. I want you all to help me give a good God bless you for none other than Dr. Or I said it backwards, Ambassador.
Hey, it doesn't even matter, honey. Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing? How are you doing tonight? I pray everybody is blessed, woman of God. Thank you so much for this invitation. I am so excited to be here. So let's jump in it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. You are such a busy lady, and I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you so much just for coming on this show and just bringing, the word and just encouragement, everything that God is going to allow you to pour on tonight. I just want to say thank you because I know that you are absolutely busy, and I don't take it for granted. Before we move forward in our conversation on tonight, please tell the people who you are for real.
I'm black.
Yes.
You know, I tend to downplay myself a lot. So I am, let me give it, I am Ambassador Dr. Sandra Nelson Moon. I'm a Reverend, international chaplain, international speaker, keynote speaker, let's say authorpreneur, you want to put it that way, international best-selling author, 2 major books under my belt, one personally mine, another amazing anthology that we released August. Mine was released in June. And actually getting ready to work on my own anthology in the next couple of months. What else? Pretty educated. Kind of a nerd. Also, I'll be going, an attorney in the future, maybe a few years from now, and just working hard. Just working hard in the kingdom. The Lord gave you. See, this is the thing: when He gives you all this stuff to do, and you're like,
right.
I don't know how.
Right.
But he's truly been amazing on the journey. He's truly been just blowing my mind. The things that have happened, honestly, just happened like this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They just happened like this. And when I'm like, God, what's going on? And He's like, look, you were behind. I had to push you forward. I got to get you to a spot. You got to be in a place because I got folk waiting. So you got to move. So I've just been allowing Him to do whatever it is that He's doing, whatever. And I actually still have stuff coming up this year, from awards to inductions. We talked about it. I got one tomorrow. So There's so many things happening. And I'm just happy that whatever it is that I do, my biggest thing is to make sure He gets the honor first. He gets the glory first. And people understand nothing that you see is me. It is all just Him. So that's who I am in a nutshell. Still this little girl that grew up in the Caribbean, third world country, who went through all kinds of trauma, different experiences that would break somebody, because it broke me at one point, who was able, with God's help and the ability to understand what God was doing and starting to realize it, just broke free. He kind of just delivered me from a lot of things. And in His deliverance, I now spend my life speaking into people's lives. I spend my time and my energy trying to get them to this place that He has taken me to, kind of birthing the things that He has given me to birth in people. That's the ministry He gave me. And I enjoy it. I enjoy getting them from that spot where they feel like, well, it's over. They're not going to go nowhere else. It's not going to, we're not going to come out to having them see what God is trying to do with them, kind of, so that's what I do. That's who I am in a nutshell.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, a woman of many, many, many hats, but you wear them well. Talk to us about balance, because as you just told us, you're wearing so many different hats, and God has graced you, but how have you been able to balance it all?
To be honest with you, I think time management is everything for me. It's time management. I've been blessed with a husband and children who understand what I do. My apostle always says, I love your husband because not many understand your calling, and it's a heavy one. It means I get up for the year already. I've been out of town a bunch of times. I still have 2 more trips to go. And as my husband would say, well, what else you got for the rest of the year? And I said, I only have 1 left. And then another one popped in. So you never know what's going to happen. But whenever the Lord just says move, I kind of move. And, some would say, well, you're doing a lot, but I have to manage my time. My days are kind of planned out. I kind of trying to, organize every single thing. And like I said, getting ready and jumping into law school too is another thing that's not easy. It's going to take a lot of time from me, but it's just organization and prayer. I start my day, end my day that way. I kind of have Him kind of bring things to me sometimes, and organization, man, it's everything in this business. And just being open to, but we know how God is. There are moments that He'll just pop something like, okay, I need you to do this today.
Right.
I need you to do that this morning. Obedience is a big one.
Yes.
In ministry, obedience is a big one.
Come on.
And understanding what your call is, what He's asking you to do, what the ministry is that He gave you, and really taking that seriously and living with it day in, day out, every choice I make. A woman of God said to me once, she said, everything I do, I ask Him for instruction. And some people would say that's crazy, but it's not. It's not. Because in everything that He says, when He says shift, it's always Kairos time. It's always the right time. So, I kind of go, it's me and Him, basically.
Yeah.
We coordinate we organize, and then my husband and my kids kind of, I have to set things up a certain way.
Right.
If I'm going out of town, I do a bunch of stuff before I leave. I don't leave my husband and kids just stranded. I organize every single aspect of my time. So that's basically balance for me.
Oh, I love
I gotta
it.
stay grounded in him. I gotta stay grounded in the word, gotta stay grounded in prayer. Prayer is like food now. It's just that thing that consistently continues. And whenever he brings prayer, every little thing we do, every organization I'm a part of, everything is ministry. So I'm praying consistently throughout a day. It's not, whatever we're doing, like we did just now, we started with that. I start with that, end with it in every aspect. So it's kind of the whole, it's a whole. It's me, him, circle.
Yes.
Prayer.
Yes. Come on. And in the world we live
that's
in
the balance, man. That's the balance.
I'm telling you, it's necessary, especially in the times that we're living in now.
You said,
if you don't have a prayer
look at
life,
the season that we're in. Look at the month we're in. There's so much going on.
Yes.
I think I had to understand that too. And I say to people, the minute I start to understand the difference between my flesh and the spiritual world, and that they collide in different ways, and that I have to operate more in my spirit than I do my flesh, it is kind of something that's interesting. And you kind of build, it's a lot in between there. Right. This is a tough season.
Yes.
There are moments he'll have you shut down in prayer. I just came from a conference last weekend, week before last, and we were shut in 3 back-to-back services, just hours on end. Like my husband calls it a marathon. Like we are in there just at the altar pouring out. We don't, we gotta fast, shut down. That's right. That's our life, so we gotta organize it.
It. And it's so necessary for where we are. I love what you said: organization, prayer, and obedience.
Yeah.
And if you don't have those 3, you're just not going to make it.
No. You can make it on. You can try to make it.
Right.
You can try something. But I guess for me, remember my past began with trauma.
Yeah.
And for me, it started at 9. From molestation to, by the time I get into my teens, it kind of slowed down. I guess I was getting old for the person.
Right.
16, I'm abducted, and held for hours and raped and, tortured and all of that stuff. And that kind of shifted. So for me, the trauma and the journey I went on to, self-sabotage and wanting to kill myself, taking my own life. There were so many different pieces to my life. People see me laughing and I'm in a space now, but the journey here was something, it was heavy. So I take every instance that he gives me as a gift.
Yeah.
And in that gift, and then, I don't know how some people would see it, but I think it was Jamal Brown who was saying something today. My friend sent me something, and he was saying it when those people treated you horrible, when the things that you went through were so bad, and you couldn't understand why. See, you never understood that there was an anointing, there was a call, there was a gift that was just precious enough, and he allowed those things. So when you got to the understanding, he was going to say, look, push her away, put her in a corner, let her feel nasty. Because when you do that to her, she gonna come back to where I want her at. And when I understood that, woman of God, it made every ounce of sense to me, the journey he took me on.
Come on.
I told you about the conference. We were there, and the woman got set up. She's speaking on me. She said, listen, your ministry is to birth ministries.
Right.
I didn't understand it. I've heard it a couple of times. Woman of God, you got a ministry. But then when I understood why I had a fight with birth in my own, I now know why the enemy was on me from 9 and why he needed to take me out at 9. Because if I was able to understand that mine was to birth others and for me to walk in the way God wanted me to walk, then I would be so powerful in this.
Come on.
I'm going to bring these women up and I'm going to help them get to God and do their job.
Come on.
But you can kill me early. And you can stop me from understanding who I am, and you can confuse me to kill myself or try to get me in that space, not thinking God was still going to sit there and say, wait a minute. It's not time for her yet.
Come on.
Along with all of those things, sis, in the years after having that, I had 5 near-death experiences, 5 of them. See, I tell people this. For me, when you see me smile, oh, it's a smile.
Yeah.
Because I know that I've been attacked enough to be taken out. And see, it doesn't even get no better the minute you start walking in the anointing. When you start realizing what you are and you accept it, it gets even worse. Because now I got attacks left, right, center. Everything is being hit. My daughter calls me yesterday. She can't hear from her left ear. Listen to me. The day before, my son was in the hospital. When I tell you consistent attacks, they're going to come. But let me tell you something. Either one of these things I've done lived through and I done seen through and I done walked through some things. So guess what? You can't stop me from closing or opening my mouth, enemy.
Come on.
I done been through what I'm seeing. So for me, my message always is to everybody. I come to tell you, yeah, I've been in some places. I've looked in the barrel of a gun. I've seen people want to tell me I'm not going to live till tomorrow. I've been in that space. So if you're going to tell me you can't, I'm going to tell you, yes, you can. But it's not on your strength. It's on his. So that is what I walk around and pray.
Come on.
That's what I say. It's what I tell you. You know, that is my job. And this is what he asked me to do. Now, after all of that, I can sit here, smile, and let you see the glory of God and say, hey, wait a second. How did you get here?
Yeah. Come on.
That's who I am. But none of it. That's why I told you I had a problem taking my, time. Some people may feel like, well, she got too many things and why you got all this stuff going on? And no, I didn't give myself any of them.
Right.
But he allowed these things because now the word that I carry and the thing that he's given me now can go worldwide. It's not just for me to sit here with it.
Come on. Come on.
Anymore.
Come on.
I heard a woman, a guy say, oh, I see Germany. I see, my face was like this, sis. What? The first time I heard my apostle, we were on a prayer line and she said something. I was like, what? I called my girlfriend. I said, what are you? Did she just say the Lord said you're not ready to reveal me to the world? Did she say world?
Come on. You had to make sure you heard what you heard.
Listen, wait a minute.
Yes.
I don't even like talking too much. I don't want to be nobody's face.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want this job.
Right.
I can be this person because I'm from corporate background. I've been in Fortune 500. I got my master's in business. I was in finance and all of that. I speak when I need to speak. But now you're telling me to go speak to all these people. Who said I want to be in front of a crowd somewhere? Thousands of folk talking or people just spilling my guts about what my life was. I want to talk about this guy.
Right. Right.
I remember since I was in my kitchen and I heard the Holy Spirit say the UN is the world. I said, what?
My God.
So when they dropped the Global Peace Ambassador to the United Nations on me, I said, huh? I didn't expect that.
Wow.
And then the international chaplaincy and the anointing that came with it. Now, what can I tell God when he says, go to this country?
Yeah.
And go preach my word. Go say what you need to say. Go do what you need to do. But I understand the assignment now.
Yes.
It makes sense to me now.
Right.
So, my message to everybody, regardless of what it is that you endeavor and what it is that you carry, what it is that you're feeling, there's a reason he's had you in that space.
Yeah.
I tell folks in that valley is where he's restoring, and in that valley is where he's building. In the valley where he has you, that place that you don't like, you feel so bombarded by, you feel so lost and confused. Listen to me, is the place that things are just being built onto you that you would never think.
Yes.
My apostle said something. She said, girl, I remember the first time you came onto this prayer line. She said, the growth I see in you is just crazy. I cannot even tell you. Since I came on, I was in a place where I felt like I couldn't pray.
My God.
Prayer didn't make no sense. And mind you, I'm a kid that grew up in the church now.
Right.
I'm one of them church babies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Eat, sleep, drink, go back into the service. I'm one of them church babies.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, I didn't even realize when my mother back then, mama wanted to take, they take you to church everywhere.
Every day it seemed like,
I was studying. I was a choir girl. I was singing in the choir. I was doing all of that. Back then, I didn't want to be in no church.
Right. Right.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize was my mother was asked to give me a tool.
Come
See,
on.
back then I didn't get it. The
Mhm.
tool was to realize when nobody else is there with me, I got one person that I can.
Come on. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I've sat back a lot, and I tell people I sit back. I remember just sitting in a space and going, my God. I don't know. I don't think a lot of us do that. And I think
Right.
sometimes we need to
Yeah.
kind of see where you are.
Right.
And I
Right.
always tell people, regardless of what you've gone through, most of the time when humans go through things, we tend to feel like this moment is the end moment for us.
Right.
You know, this thing that we're living through and going through now, even if we got sick, we got cancer, we're in this thing, we never feel we're going to come over it.
Right.
But then when we look back, there's a lot of things that happened that we never thought we were going to come over.
Come
But
on.
somehow we came over, right?
We came
So
over it.
who is taking you over this thing?
Come on.
For
Listen.
me, in the moment when the rapist looked at me and said, listen, after you threatening me and everything else, keeping me for hours, telling me to wash all my evidence off, I'm in there crying, just wanting to die. And I'm sitting there and the man looks at me and says, I need you to be my girlfriend. Now,
Wow.
what did you say?
Right.
But in the moment, since when he said it, a light bulb went off in my head.
Mm.
And then the Lord said, this is your opportunity to get out of here.
Come on. Come on.
Ask him to let you go. And I convinced that man. I was 16. I convinced this man more than I could convince anybody. I tried the hardest. I said whatever I needed to say.
Right.
And when he let me go, and I remember going home, and my grandmother looks at me and she says, wherever you're coming from, go back there. You were late. You're way past your curfew. Listen, this is just tradition, culture.
Yeah.
You know, people don't talk about these things in our
Right.
culture. We don't want to have the conversation.
Right.
But for me, I was like, God, why did you allow me
Come
to
on.
go through this?
Mm.
Nobody's hugging me, sis.
Right.
No one hugged me. I didn't get no love in that moment. I was on the floor crying.
My
Stretched
God.
out my hands just on the floor in tears. My father walks in ready to beat my behind because I'm way past curfew. And he sees me on the floor and says, come, we're going to the police station. When I go there, I had to relive that thing again.
Yeah.
He didn't hug me.
Mm.
He didn't know how to. He
My
just looked at me.
goodness.
So can you imagine when you live through these things and you're like, God, what is going on? You keep letting these things hit me. I
Right.
keep going through things.
My God.
I was
Oh,
in
my
Georgia when he
goodness.
said, go back to New York City. And when I got here, I was so mad at God. I said, why did you bring me here?
Right.
Since I gave up a Fortune 500 job. I got sick with sepsis, almost died.
Mm.
And I was in my house and I heard the Holy Spirit say, leave and go back to New York. I said, what? I didn't want to be there no more. Some feeling just came over me. I just wanted to get out of there. My mom was there trying to help me, just me and my two kids. And I came back. I said, God, okay. I went to every job interview, sis. Nobody would take me. Mind you, I left my good job in my nice house now. I said, God, what are you doing? Why am I in here?
Right.
See, not understanding. This is what I'm saying to people tonight. You know, we don't have a lot of time, but what I'm saying is this. Whatever it is that you endeavor, whatever it is you think is the end, it is not the end. It's simply the beginning. Because he's doing something with that same thing that you think is hurting you. It is actually building you.
Yes.
So my word for you is whatever it look like, ain't got nothing on what it's gonna look like.
Come on.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Jesus.
And that's all I came to tell somebody. Whatever you think it looked like. See, I had the bad marriage and a horrible situation. Today, I am what I am. These titles, these names, I'm in front of dignitaries. I did not see these things coming, sis, when I was on that floor getting raped and tortured. I didn't see these things when I was getting torn up and talked about and treated like trash. And when my ex-husband drops my ring on the thing and treated me like dirt with situation upon situation. Let me tell you something. Today,
my Lord,
I am at peace.
Yes.
I am a happy woman that is married with her children and safe and giving God glory. So let me tell you something. Whatever you living through ain't got nothing on what he's about to do in your life.
Listen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
And what I came to say to anybody listening to me, it looks like hell, but it's only the beginning of heaven. Listen,
come on.
He is about to open the doors. He's about to shift. I see people come into my life. I don't know where they come from.
Yes.
I done got 3 or 4 award nominations in the last couple of weeks. Let me tell you something. I did not expect any of these things.
Come on.
I've been on magazines, this ain't my first TV interview this year.
Right.
It's about the 7th or 8th one.
Come on.
Okay, I did not expect none of this. But let me tell you something. When you accept him as he wants you to, and you realize that he's called you for greater.
Yes.
Then what you think you're doing, the purpose on your life, you need to go ask him, God, what are you trying to do with me? Why do you have me here? He will reveal to you some things that will blow your mind. So, brother, woman of God, sister, man of God, let me tell you something. Whatever it is that you are looking for, you ain't going to find it nowhere else. But in him, the Bible tells you, seek ye first.
Yes.
And everything. I don't know. I went off into preaching, sister.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, I got to bring you back. I have to bring you back. That is so powerful.
But that's all I want to share. That is the word I carry around for everybody that I see and meet. Whatever you think you're dealing with ain't nothing.
Come on. That's the truth. That's the truth. You are living proof on tonight. I thank you so much for coming and just encouraging the people. I bless God for what he's doing in your life. Listen, tell the people how they can connect with you. And if you have any products or services within the next minute, let us know what that is.
All right. Well, you can connect with me on Facebook, Sandrian Campbell. It still didn't allow me to change my name. In bracket, you'll see Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Nelson Moon. I have a anthology that I'm getting ready to do. Like I said, I'm an international best-selling author, so I am going to kind of push people out there to get themselves a best-selling title. That's like one of the bigger things of being an author. Not so easy to accomplish on your own starting out. So I'm allowing people to jump into an anthology. You write a chapter, publishing, and everything is done for you in that price. You get TV exposure, you get billboard exposure, you get all kinds of exposure with this. So we are going to run with it. It's going to be amazing. And I'm going to make you a best-selling author. I'm going to put your name out there. We're going to get you the hype you need. And you know, you can check me out also on my website, www.sandriannelmoon.com. And a lot of services. I do coaching for children's books, all of that. I have all of those books, and all of them are bestsellers. The books are in Barnes & Noble, Walmart, other places. So I'm just trying to impart on other women and men of God who want to go into this business. And, you know, I'm also a coach. So I do a lot of this stuff. So, yeah, you can follow me. Instagram, Coach Sandrian Speaks One. Awesome. I'm in all those places.
Yes, I want y'all to go and follow her. I want you to support what she has going on. Such a powerful vessel. Her story is absolutely amazing. And we thank God for bringing you through everything that you went through so that you could be here at this time and at this moment. Listen, if you're watching and you want to be featured on the LaKeisha J. Richards Show, I want you to reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Clubhouse, I'm on Instagram. You can also send me an email, the LaKeisha J. Richards Show at Gmail. If you have a product or service or some type of event and you want us to feature, please reach out to me and I would love to bring you on the show. We are so excited. God is doing some amazing things. I love each and every one of you, and I want you to be encouraged and just know that all things, no matter what it looks like, all things are working together for your good. Sis, thank you again for coming to the show. And we are
thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. We're going to bring you back. Everybody, until next time, I love you and I mean it. God bless you. 3AB got the sauce, boy.